Hello and welcome to HERU Yoga for the Blind. My name is Hannah and I will be guiding you through this short yoga sequence. I'm so happy to welcome you to your session. Before you get started though, please ensure that you have enough space around you to move and or someone with you who can support you and your safety as you move through your practice. Make sure to wear something comfortable that you can move in without distraction, and ideally also take off your socks to get a better feeling for the floor or the yoga mat. Today's session is a stand-in sequence focusing on twists with the support of a wall. Things you'll need for this class are a yoga mat and an empty wall space. If you have a yoga mat, place it with one short edge of the mat at the wall and ensure that you have enough space around you so that you can move your arms without bumping into things or bumping into the wall. Please refrain from putting something else like a towel or a blanket down as a replacement, as they are just simply making it too slippery. Should you not have a yoga mat, simply practice on the floor. Lastly, as always, you are the expert when it comes to your body and know your body best. Certain asanas or poses might be uncomfortable at times. This can be an indicator that you might want to adjust the pose slightly, but it does not mean that you cannot practice this particular pose or yoga in general. Should you, however, experience pain or work with an injury that appears to be affected through your practice, then please stop. Pain and injury is never something you should work through. But enough with the chatting, let's get you moving. Today, you will start standing. Place your hands on the wall to familiarize yourself with the distance. You want to be able to extend your arms forwards and place your palms on the wall, just like if you were to push someone away from you, but also have enough space to move. Once you have found your ideal placement, release your hands right and left next to you. Shoulders are relaxed. Jaw is relaxed. For twists, it's very important to ensure a strong foundation and maintaining length across your spine. So in this centering part of the session, bring particular awareness into your feet and the crown of the head. To get you started in this centering part of your sequence, please feel free to close your eyes here, even with limited to no vision. This way you can bring your attention inwards and slowly tune out external stimuli. It also allows the muscles around your eyes to relax for a short while. Then tune into the soles of your feet, touching the floor, and very slightly bend your knees. Your weight is now evenly distributed across both feet, and you have created a strong foundation. Your feet root into the floor. You connect to the earth through your feet. The crown of the head extends and floats towards the ceiling. Feel this duality of rooting to rise in your body. You're rooting down and you're lifting up. Your spine lengthens. Tadasana, mountain pose. A pose you can always come back to should you need a moment of grounding or a moment to pause and reflect. On your next in-breath, place your right hand to your energetic heart center, your breastbone. Then place your left hand on your navel. For now, simply observe your natural breath. Take a moment to tune into how you're breathing today. Use this moment to take a pause. No need to change anything. No need to do. Simply observe your breath, always from a place of curiosity and inquiry, never from a place of judgment or comparison. Feel it softly traveling through your body. Where in your body can you feel your breath? Feel your heart and your navel rise as you inhale. Feel it soften as you exhale. As you inhale, the hands move away from one another. As you exhale, feel the hands move towards one another. Feel the spaciousness that you create in your spine and in the side body as you inhale. And feel the connection to the floor and the lifting of the crown to the sky. Feel the softening of your shoulders and the jaw as you exhale. Take one more deep and mindful breath here. And on your next exhale, release your hands right and left next to your body. Allow them to hang loosely. Then take a moment to slowly bring your awareness back into the room. And if you had your eyes closed, you may now slowly open them again. Here you stand in your Tadasana, ready to move. Your spine is long, your arms hang loosely right and left next to you. Inhale. Float your arms up towards the ceiling, reaching to the sky. Bring your hands together in prayer above your head. Exhale, bring your hands in this position through the middle to your heart, and then release them again right and left next to you. Repeat this arm flow 2 more times to waking up your body. Start in Tadasana, mountain pose. Long spine, arm hang loosely next to you. Inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. Lift your heart slightly as you do this. Bring your hands in prayer once they are stretched out above your head. Exhale, hands through the middle to your heart, and as you relax, let them hang right and left next to you. One last time. Inhale. Sweep your arms to the sky, making connection through the feet into the floor. Exhale. Hands through the middle to your heart, and then let them hang loosely right and left next to you. Now on your next inhale, roll your shoulders up to your ears and back. Exhale. Roll your shoulders down and forwards. Inhale, shoulders roll up and back. Exhale, shoulders roll down and forwards. Repeat this movement pattern a few times with your own breathing tempo and play with the size and the intensity of your movement. You can decide to have this as wild of a movement or as intricate as you wish. Take the time to tune in particularly into the bottom corners of your shoulder blades. And notice how your shoulder blades are sliding up and down your rib cage. Take 2 more rolls in your own timing before you let your shoulders come to rest and take a moment to pause in Tadasana, mountain pose. Now on your next inhale, carefully move a little closer to the wall. Reach your right arm out to the side on shoulder height and press the palm into the wall. Turn your body away from your arm to the left side. Your feet and upper body are facing to the left side of the mat now. Your right hand is on the wall and now behind you. Here you might feel quite a strong stretch along the pectoral muscles, the chest muscles, and the shoulder, the rotator cuffs. If you find this is causing you strain on the shoulder, try moving your hands down the wall to ease off. Hold this position for 2 more gentle breaths. Inhale deeply and exhale softly. Inhale deeply, exhale softly. Bring your upper body back to center, facing the wall, and then release the right arm down next to you. Repeat this on the other side. So reach your left arm on shoulder height to the side. Place the palm and the shoulder on the wall. Turn your whole body now to the right side of the mat. And if this is too intense on your shoulder, slide your hand down the wall to ease off. Hold this position also on this side for 2 mindful breaths. Inhale deeply. Exhale softly. Inhale deeply. Exhale softly. Then turn your body back to face the wall, and as you exhale next, release your left arm down. Let it hang loosely next to you. Breathe in, float your right arm up to the sky and place your left hand to your left hip. If you have glaucoma or detached retina, bring your right hand to shoulder height and then place your right hand onto your heart instead. Exhale, bend your upper body to the left. Keep rooting firmly through your right foot and keep your hips centered. Create space on both sides of the side body. Your chest remains open and your shoulders and jaw are relaxed. On your next inhale, bring your upper body back to center. Exhale, release your right arm down. Repeat the side stretch also on the other side. So take a breath in. Float your left arm up to the sky and place your right hand onto your right hip. You can bring it to shoulder height and place your left hand onto your heart should you have glaucoma or detached retina. Exhale, bend your upper body to the right. Keep rooting firmly through your left foot and keep your hips centered. Create space on both sides of the side body. Your chest remains open, your shoulders and jaw are relaxed. On your next inhale, bring your upper body back to center. Exhale, release your left arm down. Walk your feet now slightly away from the wall so that your fingertips are touching the wall lightly. Your feet are roughly hip width and parallel. Shrug your shoulders back and reach your hands forwards. Exhale, stick your bottom out behind you, bend your knees and sit back into an imaginary chair. Imagine a chair that's just that little bit too small for you. Keep reaching your hands forwards and lean slightly forwards with your upper body so that you can place your palms flat on the wall. Your hands may want to move slightly down the wall so that they are at your shoulder height. Inhale, reach your heart forwards. Exhale, sit a little deeper. Your weight remains evenly distributed across both feet. Bring your knees a little bit more towards the outer edges of your feet in order to avoid your knees rolling in, which is quite a common alignment in this pose that we want to avoid. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, sit a little deeper one last time. On your next inhale, press your feet firmly into the ground and lengthen your legs. Come back to standing. If you do not have glaucoma or detached retina, bring your hands now on hip height to the wall. Otherwise, keep them roughly at heart or shoulder height. Walk your feet back behind you and fold forwards until your upper body is roughly parallel to the floor, unless you have glaucoma or detached retina. In that case, walk your feet back less so that your upper body can remain slightly diagonal upright, but you still feel that little bit of a stretch in the back of your legs. Take one full breath here in this position. Micro-bend your knees. Roll your shoulders back and allow your heart to melt down to the floor or gently pull forwards if you're slightly upright. On your next exhale, bend your right knee as much as you can. Allow your right hip to drop down gently. Inhale, press your right foot into the floor and lengthen your leg. Exhale, bend your left knee as much as you can and allow your left hip to drop down. Repeat this movement mindfully and in coordination with your breath a few more times. Exhale, you bend one knee. Inhale, you lengthen it. Exhale, you bend the other knee. Inhale, you lengthen it. Repeat each side one more time before you come back to center with both legs long and your upper body bend forwards. On your next inhale, walk your feet forwards to the wall until you come back to an upright position. Now here once more, find your ideal placement in front of the wall. So you want to have your hands stretched out in front of you, loosely touching the wall. As this next part is all about the supported standing poses and twists. Inhale, float both arms towards the ceiling, keeping them shoulder wide. Lift your heart towards the ceiling and reach with your arms slightly up and behind you. Your upper body comes into a small back bend. Exhale, place your hands back on the wall, roughly on shoulder height. Your arms want to be long here and the palms are pressing gently into the wall. So you create a little bit of traction. Step your left foot backwards and bend your right knee. Keep leaning forwards with your upper body for stability. You want to have a long stance, but also want to make sure that you feel stable. Your feet are not directly behind each other, but they remain hip-width apart. They are both pointing forwards, but the heel of the back foot is lifted. Front knee is bent, back leg is long. Inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky, and then as you exhale, draw a big circle backwards. Your upper body is following and opening to the right side until your hand comes back to the wall. Change sides. Inhale, left arm reaches up to the sky, and as you exhale, draw a big circle backwards. Upper body opens to the left and hand comes back to the wall. Repeat this movement on both sides 2 more times. As you do this, make sure to reach through your back heel and try to keep your hips fairly still. So both front hip bones look forwards to the wall at all times. Last round. Inhale, right arm reaches up and then behind you. Exhale, draw a big circle and bring the hand back to the wall. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, draw a big circle and place the hand back onto the wall. On your next inhale, step your back foot forwards and come into a parallel hip width position. Hands are still on the wall. Inhale, this time float both arms up towards the ceiling, keeping them shoulder wide. Heart is lifted. Upper body comes into a small back bend here. Exhale, place your hands back on the wall, roughly on shoulder height. Arms are long, palms are pressing gently into the wall. Step your right leg backwards this time and bend your left knee. Keep leaning forwards with your upper body for stability. Here you want to have a long stance, but also make sure that you feel stable. Your feet are not directly behind each other, but remain hip-width apart. They're both pointing forwards, but the heel of the back foot is lifted. Front knee is bent, back leg is long. This time, exhale, pull your left elbow back. Inhale, shoot your hand back to the wall. Exhale, pull your right elbow back. Inhale, slide your right hand back to the wall. Repeat this bow and arrow movement 2 more times on both sides, keeping your legs nice and strong and your hip bones looking forwards. One last round. Exhale, pull your left elbow back. Inhale, shift your hands back. Repeat this bow and arrow movement 2 more times on both sides, keeping your legs nice and strong and your hip bones looking forwards. One last round. Exhale, pull your left elbow back. Inhale, shift your left hand back to the wall. Exhale, pull your right elbow back. Inhale, shift your hand back to the wall. Then on your next inhale, bring your back foot forwards and come back to your Tadasana, mountain pose. Arms hang loosely right and left next to you, feet ground into the floor. Crown of the head floats to the sky. Step your right foot back and come into a shorter lunge position than before. Both feet are still roughly hip-width apart. Now turn your back heel slightly in and the toes slightly out so that you can comfortably bring down your back heel. Your front foot still looks forwards and your back foot is now pointing roughly 30 to 45 degrees to the right-hand side. Here you have to play with what feels most comfortable for you. Press your front foot firmly into the ground and then lengthen your front leg as you do this. Place your left thumb into your left front hip crease and help bring the hip slightly back. Scissor your legs together, pull your navel back and with a long spine lean forwards. Then place your right hand onto the wall in front of you. Your hand wants to be roughly on shoulder height here. On your next inhale, place your left hand onto the front of your heart center, your breastbone. Root into the floor with your feet, and as you inhale, revolve your heart towards the sky. Your hips stay centered and feel the movement of this twist start from the right rib cage. This is called Pavrita Trikonasana or revolved triangle pose. Take a moment here to tune into your back foot specifically and to check whether it's still rooting into the floor. Think again about foundation. Now you can either stay here in this position, for example, if you are working with glaucoma or detached retina, or extend your left arm to the sky as you inhale next. If you're stretching your arm out to the sky, just make sure that you're reaching up rather than behind you. Take one more deep breath here. Inhale deeply and then exhale gently. Inhale, find length. On your exhale, bring your upper body back to center. Inhale, lift your upper body back up and then step your back foot towards Tadasana, mountain pose. Other side. Step your left foot back and come into a shorter lunge position than before. Both feet are still roughly hip distance apart. Then turn your back heel slightly in and the toes out so that you can comfortably bring down your back heel. Front foot still looks forwards, back foot points roughly 30 to 45 degrees to the left-hand side. Here, you want to have a play with what feels most comfortable to you. Press your front foot firmly into the ground and through this, lengthen your front leg. Place your right thumb into your right front hip crease and bring the hips slightly back. Scissor your legs towards one another. Pull your navel back and with a long spine lean forwards and place your left hand onto the wall. Your hand wants to be roughly on shoulder height here. On your next inhale, place your right hand onto your front heart center, your breastbone. Root into the floor with both feet. As you inhale, revolve your heart to the sky. Your hips stay centered and you feel the movement of this twist start from the left ribcage. Hold your Pavrita Trikonasana or revolved triangle pose here and take some time to tune into specifically your back foot and check that especially the outer heel is still rooting into the floor. You can either stay here in this position, for example, if you have glaucoma or detached retina, or if you haven't gotten one of these conditions, you can extend your arm to the sky if this feels nice. If you're stretching the arm out, just make sure that you're reaching up to the sky rather than behind you. Take one more deep breath here. Inhale deeply. Exhale gently. Inhale, you're finding the length. And then as you exhale, bring your upper body back to center. Inhale, lift your upper body back up and step your back foot forwards into Tadasana, mountain pose. Now take a moment here just to tune into the physicality of your body and where you're at now. Time to bring this practice to a close. Today you have two options for finishing this practice. You can either finish in a traditional Shavasana pose, lying down on the yoga mat, or you can use the wall as a support for a seated meditation. So take your time to find the position that you would like to finish your practice in. Again, this can either be seated, cross-legged, or with your legs long, leaning against the wall, or you can come to lie down on the floor in a traditional Shavasana pose. If you have chosen the latter one, allow both legs to be long on the mat and the feet to be relaxed. Your arms lie right and left next to you with the palms facing the ceiling. If this position is bothering your lower back, you can always bend your knees, place your feet a little wider than the hips or mat wide, and then allow the knees to fall in so that the inner knees are touching. If you are seated, you can decide whether you want to place your hands on your knees or thighs, or whether you would prefer to place them into your lap. No matter which position you have chosen though, allow your jaw to relax by opening your lips ever so slightly and your shoulders to roll back either into the wall or into the floor to relax. Here, even with little to no vision, let your eyelids come to rest and close your eyes. Bring your awareness back to your breath and to the inner landscape of your body. Maybe something has shifted in comparison to the beginning. Maybe everything has shifted. Maybe little has shifted. Remember, in this practice of checking in, of taking stock, we always do this from a place of curiosity, inquiry, never from a place of judgment. Feel the breath moving through your body freely. Your navel rises and falls effortlessly with every in and exhale. Feel any remaining tension in your body melt into the floor beneath you. You inhale calm and exhale tension. You inhale new energy, new life force, prana. And as you exhale, you let go of anything that no longer serves you. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, heart softens. Your jaw and your shoulders are relaxed. Your legs, arms, head and pelvis are heavy. Your breath is even, calm and steady. Feel the floor and the wall supporting you and your body. Feel the broadening of the back body as you're breathing in, the softening of the body as you exhale. Here you are safe and can now fully relax. Allow your body and your mind to drift off for the next few moments of silence. And when it's time to come out of this relaxation, you will hear 3 gong sounds. I will then speak you gently and safely out of your Shavasana. But for now, you may simply let go. Without moving your body or your eyelids, slowly bring your awareness back to the room that you're in, the smell and the sounds around you, temperature of the room. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then if you're lying down, bend both knees and firmly place the feet on the mat. Then come to lie onto your right side and take a moment here. On your next inhale, place your left hand on the floor in front of your heart and press yourself back up into a comfortable cross-legged seated position. Inhale, float both arms towards the ceiling and gather your hands in prayer position in front of your heart. And now let's finish our practice as always with a few silent words of gratitude. Let's say thank you to our body for carrying us through this practice, supporting us and our loved ones throughout this day, and for always giving us a home no matter what. With love and respect, thank you for practicing with me today.